Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for returning. If you're a new subscriber, thank you for subscribing. And don't forget to turn on your post notification bell and share and tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. Welcome back. So let's get right into this video. So 2026 is about progress and not pressure. And more so in the context of, you know, we get up every day and we go to work. We look at the timer, we're like, okay, it's time for bed. And it's just a routine. It's not more of like, okay, I am making progress. 2026, you want to mentally, physically, emotionally, and verbally, and not last but least financially level up, because all of those ties into each other, right? And thinking about who you want to become and, you know, who you see yourself as. What are some goals that you have for yourself? What are some stuff that you have not accomplished in 2025 that's on your mind to accomplish in 2026? How are you going to achieve those goals? What's your blueprint? Like making reachable mini steps. Like, for instance, you know, you want to be fit. Getting up every morning instead of snoozing that alarm and going to the gym may take a lot, but eventually becomes a routine. And eventually it's not even about going to the gym anymore for fitness. It's about going to the gym because you just feel like going to the gym. It could be eating healthy. It's not even about eating healthy anymore. It's because it tastes good. And when you see other foods or, you know, other things, it's like your stomach don't even take it. It resists it. It could be going to school. If you're in school, what's something that motivates you to do your best and put forth every effort within your bones onto that assignment, into that class? You know, just small things that you would like to reach. Making your space more peaceful, you know, getting some candles, you know, getting a candle warmer or even a lighter. There's a little FYI, do not light the candle if you're going to be going out. Just go ahead and blow it out or whatever so nothing gets burnt down. But back to what I was saying, making your space peaceful, you know, surrounding yourself with people who are positive, people who are going to uplift you, people who are going to pour into you, people who are not around you or in your life based on a transactional relationship. A lot of people don't know that, you know, people that are around them because of who they are, what they bring to the table, who they're connected with, simple because of all of that. And they don't even recognize, they just think it's friends or people who are genuine. You know, evaluating your circle, who you hang with, the saying goes, is who you eventually become, because you're around them more and more each day. And your mind just sets into doing little stuff until you start mimicking each other moves, personalities, and eventually you do a lot of stuff in common. So that's like a main thing I would say. Decluttering your space is so important because it helps with your mental. It helps with how you operate. Imagine operating in an environment that's cluttered, dirty, unorganized, and just always smelling not pleasant, you know? So that's like some of the things you could put on your board. Creating a vision board, you know? And like I said, if you have big goals, like what are some things that you could do to reach that goal? You know, you don't just get up and say you want to go to the top of the mountain. How are you going to get to the top of the mountain? Are you going to walk? Or are you going to get some skaters? Like, what are you going to do? So those are some big things. And of course, self-care. Having self-care in the midst of everything is very important, because at some point you can and will become drained. Take yourself out on solo dates. Go out and eat. You know, take yourself places. Go shopping. You know, like do small stuff for yourself. Do a spa date. Get your nails done. Get your hair done. You know, Go out with your girls. If you have friends, if you don't have friends, that is also fine. Go out by yourself. It's nothing more than loving on you and recognizing you've worked for this. You made it to another day. And even being grateful that you made it to another day. You know? So simple stuff adds up and you can reach your goals. And I'll say, lastly, last year taught me that being helpful can hurt you sometimes. Sometimes it's not about always being helpful and always just helping people. Sometimes it's about taking a step back and looking like, are you a problem-based person or you're solution-based? So when I say problem-based, it means it doesn't matter what solution comes forth to whatever the problem is, you'll always find an issue. You will never see the, you know what, I could probably work and mitigate this issue. Or if you're a solution-based person, you'll be like, okay, I'll figure something out. And you're going to try until you ultimately get to a solution that appeases you or the situation. You know, and like I said, being consistent and persistency, motivation, you won't have that every day, but keep it in the back of your head. Why am I getting up early? Why am I doing this? You know, why am I saving? Why am I doing all of this? Remembering your why is very important. And like I said, taking care of your body. It's nothing like taking care of your body, improving your mindset, and just being more creative. You know, doing stuff that you've never done before. Going for a walk, hiking, just getting a blanket and the knit and stuff and knitting it. Like, just finding different hobbies, you know, learning to appreciate the small things. And focusing on your habits. Your habits becomes your destiny. Like, everything you do now prepares you for your next chapter of life. So if you say, okay, I'm going to school to be a doctor or nurse. Okay, what are some habits that they have that you would need to have a longevity career and a successful career? Like, it all ties hand in hand. So, like I said, focusing on yourself, growing as a person, mentally, physically, emotionally, verbally, professionally, personally, and not last but least, financially leveling up is the way. 2026, here we come. And like I said, go ahead and leave your comments down below in the comments of anything you would like to see on this channel. I'll link my socials in the comment section down below. And don't forget to turn on your post notification bell, subscribe, and I'll see you in another video. Bye. Thank you for watching.